Welcome. My name is Timur Zaman, and I can't wait till I show you this material on how leaders are building referral systems to consistently increase sales, profits, and steal customers without leaving footprints behind. I'm the author of the book Hypergrowth: How to Connect to Customers in New Ways. I run a sales consulting company called Access Group. Primarily, my passion in life is how do I help sales leaders spend more time with their family, enjoy being time with their family. I have a young daughter who I just like really love and adore. So how do I help people spend more time with their families and remove the nervousness, frustration, and fear of meeting sales quotas? And I help sales leaders primarily, or my company does, through using artificial intelligence, finding lookalike customers, and then running proven sales programs for our clients. Some of the companies we work are fast moving companies similar to yours, but also a lot of Fortune 500 companies like the IBM, Microsoft, CGI, Siemens, just like Acuity Ads, like lots of corporations. When I was writing the book Hypergrowth: How to Connect to Customers Anyways, I discovered companies that are exponentially growing are doing three or four things very differently compared to companies that are not. One is they have a culture of leveraging technology or experimenting with different technologies to see how they can produce a better result. So they're not complacent, they're always talking to different people, trying to experiment stuff. And the ones that are winning are using things like artificial intelligence, specifically psychographics, that shows them not who their customer is, but why they're buying. And then they use a lot of fantastic programs to expand on that and generate results for themselves fairly quickly. But also, what I discovered is that a lot of the winning ones have a referral system that's built into their companies. I thought that was fascinating to discover for myself. I can talk to you just very quickly a quick story of Sam and John. Both of them are attorneys. Both of them graduated from the same law school, same year. Both of them are litigation attorneys. 5 years into their practice, Sam had a team, and John had a secretary, like a legal secretary. 7 years and 10 years after, Sam started to do other things in his business, other things that was of interest to him, such as becoming an investor and just being fascinated about other things that he could now spend his time in, but John couldn't. 15 years after, they both wanted to sell their practice, and Sam could sell at 3 times multiples versus John couldn't. Reason was John signed up to have a great career, and really all he had as a client list that has chosen him for him, versus Sam had built a referral system, something I'm going to showcase today to you for you that's just bulletproof, bolt-in, like it just works. Uh, and so having a referral system can consistently generate revenues week after week after week, versus not having a referral system. It becomes now you're kind of praying and hoping the network shows or introduces you to people. So I'm really gun ho and excited about this. I want to tell you, 20 years ago, I used to work for a telecommunication company called Bell Canada. I had to make some technology and vendor decisions. And what I did not do is go on Google and Google who's the best fit for this. There's a saying, nobody got fired from hiring IBM or Xerox or something like that. And so I wasn't going to go bet on a small guy. And so how it worked for me was I went to my peers in my department to ask if they knew a vendor that my company was using that I could use, or like how do I go about doing that. And that was a lot safer than anything else. Eventually, the vendor that I picked, they got an $8 million contract because of the work that I was doing, kind of thing. So word of mouth referral, not only does it work in B2C, like with an attorney or accountant or whatever, but it also works in large enterprises all day long. So, one of the questions that you want to inquire is why does word of mouth referrals work and why is it so powerful? One is that customers trust a referral. Imagine you want to sell me your product and services, and you cold call me or you go on social media and advertise and I click on it or something like that. I have to verify you, have to compare you to other people. Like, it's a journey for you, and it costs you something. And but if my mother referred you to me, I want to keep my mother out of this conversation. But if my mother referred me to you, there's a trusted relationship I have with my mom. And so that trust, when people use word of mouth referrals as their lead generation sales programs, what they find is the cost of sales dramatically lower, because the trusted resource is the one referring you, and there's a trust between me and my mom that you would have to pay a lot of money. I honestly don't think how you could you ever kind of get that trust. And so that's a big benefit of word of mouth referral system. Also, using word of mouth referrals, it helps you increase your market reach. And I'm going to show you how to build a system around this. So if you want to expand into new territories, new geographies, new industries, word of mouth referrals helps you do that far faster than anything else that I have seen. It helps you get engagement with your customers. It helps you find, good customer refer good people. Versus if you were doing a massive hiring a cold call, like one of these calling centers that do cold calling, or running a social media campaign, I'm not sure I can testify that you're going to get really good customers. But if you have good customers, word of mouth referrals system helps you. People refer good people, kind of thing. It also increases your brand and reduces your sales costs. So step one in building a referral system, something that generates customers and referrals all day long. Step one is you want to map out your customer journey. How do people get a hold of your product services? Like, how does that happen? How many interactions do you or your salespeople have with that market, with that target market? What happens at a proposal, sales, customer review, like all that? You want to do an end-to-end, map that out. Once you've mapped it out, you can start to see which part of the map is an opportunity for you to point to and drive a referral. So in my business, and in the Access Group sales consulting company, our 7 consultants, what we've discovered is the best time to ask for referral is not after the end of the project, which is just coincidence. It's at the beginning of the project, so just before we start. And we've experimented, by the way, in our model. Just when the client signs the contract is when we ask for referral. It actually works a lot better. So step one is map out the customer journey. Step two of it is you want to consolidate your database. A lot of companies have a CRM system, but the CEO has 7 business cards in his drawer. The sales guy has 15 business cards. The marketing guy has another bunch of business cards. Then there's social media followers, and then there's this and that and that. So kind of consolidating having a consolidated database is the first real step in creating a scalable, predictable referral system. So step 2 is something to think about is, where would you like to put all the contact information in? Who's in your list that you need to be entering? Once you've done that, you want to think about who gets what for referring you to a client or somebody like that. In my business, if I got a referral for, let's say, a marketing contract, I would probably send the person who referred me a gift card, like a Starbucks gift card. But if somebody was going to introduce me to an investor, and an investor invests $1 million to me, I'm not sending that person a gift card. I'm flying that person to our property in Belize, our vacation at property in Belize. They're going on me on all expenses paid for kind of thing. I'm giving them a credit card for them to go do all the shopping they want to do kind of thing. So you want to think through, if you want to build a repeatable system using referrals as a way to increase your sales, is who gets what. And kind of knowing that, doing that is really important. Now, rule of thumb is, generally speaking, 10% of the money that you make from a system, from a referral, you would invest that 10% into buying a gift or something like that for the person who referred you to. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen is people send the person who referred them maybe a thank you card, a gift card, but it's not personalized. personalizing it, saying hi John or hi Samantha and hi whoever, and yeah, here's a gift and I really appreciate you. Referral makes a massive difference, as well as the gift itself. If you know the person referring you loves swimming, as an example, kind of getting them a 30-day membership to some fancy swimming club could be very, it goes a long way than just sending them a gift basket. So personalizing that is something that you will see a massive result of your investment in. Some standard ones that we see works really well is if you send somebody a diary with your logo on it, but it has to be a really, really nice looking diary, or some kind of a mouse or something. But the ideal gift, the first gift you want to give them, has to be something. Ideally, it would be a conversational topic, as something they put in their living room or something they put in the office. They can refer to it. If people walk into the office, they go, "Wow, that's really nice." So it's a conversation topic, and it maybe has your logo or something around it, so they're constantly reminded of you. Step 3 is that now you want to think about how to pick an automated referral system out there. We use a company called Send Out Cards. We really like Send Out Cards. I'm gonna kind of log into my account and show you how Send Out Cards works. We've looked at various referral systems, some kind of automated system that does referral, and 99.9% what we discovered in the market, referral system were some kind of a digital product or digital service. So if you referred me, let's say, to somebody who hired us to do some marketing or lead generation programs for, most people do digital products. So I would send you, let's say, a thank you card or a gift card on Amazon. Now, you may or may not be an Amazon client. That doesn't matter. But once you buy that book from Amazon or that product with Amazon, the problem is, although you may appreciate it, it doesn't come with my logo. It doesn't, 30 years after, you're going to forget that book was actually given from me to you, kind of thing. So the more people go into digital, the more I promote something that's not digital, something that's a look and feel, so like something you can touch and feel. So I'm going to show you Send Out Cards. So here's the system we use. We really like it. I do want to be upfront and honest with you. If you choose to use Send Out Cards using the link that I have, yeah, I do get a small little something from them, so they know how referrals work. But what I love about Send Out Cards is this thing called campaigns. There we go. So campaign store. Okay, perfect, great. So what they do is here. So let's assume I was a car salesperson and I sold you a new car. This is a 3-touch program, a 5-touch program like that. If I was in the beauty business, there's a bunch of multiple touch programs, networking business, construct. Like, I don't want to go into the categories, but what I love about Send Out Cards is that it's completely built in and it actually really, really works. If I go into gifts, so now watch this. This is the part that I really appreciate and I like. I can send you physical gifts in any category you can think of. Whether I want to send you a keychain, chocolate bar. By the way, the chocolates are really, really amazing. A gift for men, a gift for women. There's like thousands and thousands of physical products that I can send. Now, here's the thing I love about it. I can't show you my proprietary system or my backend system because I'm looking for you to refer me as an example. I can, once I press send, depending on which campaign you fall into for me, you get a gift. You get this, you get that. But it's physical stuff and it's a campaign, so it happens every 2 to 4 weeks. You get something from me physically in the mail, and I promise you it makes a massive difference. Like financially, it makes a massive difference. I just want to just really say, picking a system that's automated and it's just built-in referral, it really works. So I highly recommend physical gifts and not like digital gifts or something like that. Then once you figure that out, then the best thing, the next thing to do is just start a pilot. Just start a pilot. Whether you have 20 people in your database or 20,000 people in your database, however it works, just start with a pilot. The pilot should be, if I was referring you to somebody or you refer me to somebody, in my case, you will get a thank you card from me with a wow gift. Please don't hear this the wrong way. I do appreciate getting referrals, and I'm not sharing this so you can refer me to somebody. But I just need to tell you how the system works. Is that you want to give them a big wow gift, a thank you card, and in it you need to have a very specific conversation. It has to be a very specific conversation. Otherwise, it doesn't work as well as you would hope it to work. The conversation is, welcome to our community. You're now going to be our ambassador. Ambassadors do one thing, they refer us to people. So that's like really important to communicate that. Welcome and thank you. Welcome, like, thanks for being our ambassador. I just want to tell you your number one job is to be our referral machine for us. Here's a few business cards. Kind of saying that up front is really important. One of the questions that I've had before was from a client that said, but I don't want it to look like it's a bribe. And I don't know how to say this. If you're building a referral system and not a bribe system, there's a massive difference between the two. I just need to say there's a massive difference between the two. A referral system, I'm giving a gift that's actually based on appreciation. It's whatever it is. Let's just say it's a notepad with my company logo on it, and you use a lot of notepads. It's not you're not bribing somebody, if I can say that way. Now, you want to be very nice. You want to have elegant gifts, something that people want to talk about, something that people would want to brag about and talk about, and you want to make sure it doesn't come across that you're bribing people. So that's like, think that through. The next part of it is this works like a charm. Like, this is a system that just works. 2 weeks after, you want to send that list testimonials about working with you. Now, the key part here is not to send any testimonials. If you were going to be a testimonial reference for me, I would want to write that testimonial. I don't want you to write it for me. And I'm going to write a certain number of things, a certain way. I'm going to use keywords and phrases. And I'm going to give it to you for you to edit it for me, for you to approve of it for me. When you are writing the testimonials from your network, here's where to think from. If I don't know you, what would be some objections I would have about working with you or referring you? And so when you're getting people to give you testimonials, those testimonials have to be very carefully written to deal with those objections, to deal with those concerns. Fact is, people don't get up in the morning looking to be your salesperson. They're not, right? And it's not even their job to be your salesperson. So step one is when you send them a gift. Step two, you want to give them testimonials 2 weeks after with some business cards and a book if you've written a book or something like that. And that's really key in making sure that you are getting people to sign up, you're getting people to refer you, like that. 4 weeks after, 6 weeks after, you want to take a look at the list you sent, the list that you put into your referral system, and you want to look for who is now referring you to somebody. The key is you want to look for who's now referring you to somebody. And the people who are not referring you to somebody is the people you need to pick up the phone and call. And you want to ask them, hey, John, hey, Doug, I noticed you haven't referred me to somebody, and can I just ask you why? And then get feedback from them. And let me tell you, that feedback is worth every single dollar and every single minute you're spending in building a referral system. The feedback you get from the data you collect on who didn't refer you and why is business game changer for you. Like, it allows you, that data and that feedback allows you to upgrade your business to a whole new level that I think will be very exciting. So once you've done that, the next thing to do is to invite people into a system, into a series of events that you do. I mean, we do events, we do private dinners, we do webinars like this, we do white papers. So one of the things you want to do is look for 2 weeks after or 4 weeks after, send people white papers as example or events that requires them to bring a friend or introduce that white paper to their network. Now, I'll just give you a simple example. I'm not a realtor, but let's assume I was a realtor. I could put together a report if I was a realtor on where do I think house prices are going to go in city of Toronto that I live in, or city of New York or whatever, in the next 3-5 years. It doesn't have to be a fancy report. I don't need to go hire a content writer to write a $10,000 professional report out of it. And just a simple, professional looking, well written report is something I can produce myself. Once you write that report, you don't want to give it away for free. What you want to do is you want to have an opt-in. So people have to opt in to get a report, and that opt-in link is what you send to your network, and you say, hey, we've published this content, this report on this. Would you know anybody who will benefit from accessing it? Love for you to send this link. Here's a summary of what they are going to get out of reading the report. Now, that's a very different way of my network if I was a realtor, using their network to bring in referrals for me, if that makes sense. Now, once somebody opts into that report or come into your event, now you want to think through about their customer acquisition journey and how that looks like, kind of thing. So that's step 7. This is a part that actually just really works. Once you've done your pilot, you've learned a lot. The mug you send out, you forgot to put your logo on it, or the business card you send out, the color just looks ugly. Wow. What have you learned in your pilot? Once you've done it once, and you only have to do this once, you can now modify things. You can modify the color on the business card if you want to do that. You can maybe ditch the mug and add, I don't know, a teddy bear or something. Like, you can now modify everything, and now you have a system. So every time somebody, now you have a system, and you can start to put contacts in to refer you to people. And the more contacts you put in, that referral machine just works out. Like with Send cards, literally every 2 weeks, they've got massive shipments coming from our office just because we know for a fact referral systems work. Fact is, this is just a fact. Companies that have a referral system bolted into their companies grow faster, are more profitable companies. They get customers they enjoy working with versus companies that don't have a referral system bolted in. That's just a fact. Once you've built a referral system for your business, you may get greedy. You may want to say, okay, well, what else can I do with the system? And you can replicate the same thing for your channel partners, your resellers. If you're an industry that gets regulated and you have influencers, you may use and replicate that system for people who are influencers. That's pretty much in a massive nutshell. Now I'm going to give you some examples of companies that are doing this really well. We use a company called Dropbox. You may also be using it as an online storage file transfer company, and they have a referral system. And so basically, if you refer a Dropbox to anybody in your network, they give you 500 megs of additional storage completely for free. Even if you are a freebie client, as far as I know, and you refer them to you refer the link to your network, and other people kind of like start to leverage Dropbox, your storage capability to give you more storage for free. Why this works is, first of all, the numbers don't lie. They have grown by 60% growth in their business by installing this so-called referral system. What it means is that sometimes you don't have to put money out of your pocket to build a referral system. You don't have to give a discount. You're just thinking creatively about how to cause a referral system for your organization. Another one that I love is Uber. Uber does this really well. If I send you a link to Uber, and you're assuming you're not an Uber user, you download the link, I get a free ride, and so do you. It's a fantastic way for them to engage the community. Every time I get a email from Uber, I'm looking forward to it, because guess what I get? I get a free ride because I've promoted Uber to my network. And so I'm actually looking forward for to getting their emails versus like deleting emails from people who send me junk stuff, kind of thing. Another one is Evernote. We use it's a software platform. We use it. Sorry, I shouldn't say it's a software platform. It's a notes platform. We use it to take a lot of notes for stuff, pictures, copies of receipts, like that. And Evernote has a points program going on. So the more you refer people to Evernote, the more points you get. That gives you a discount on their applications, their pens, and stuff that they sell. We love Evernote, but they figured out a way to create a referral system that's based on giving people rewards. Now, these are just some different business models, different thinking models that I can show you how big companies and small companies are using referral systems to increase their sales, and it's working. My name is Timur Zaman. If you're interested in looking at how you can install a referral system, I have a free complimentary blueprint call. What I do is I look at your entire sales process and I give you ideas and where you can install a referral system. Once I can create that, once I can understand your sales program, I can print you a one-page blueprint of what your sales funnel looks like, as well as introduce you to technologies and proven sales programs that if you tweak this and tweak that, you could add, I don't know, millions of dollars maybe into your sales pipeline that you didn't have the day before. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our company and ask us anything that you need help with. In our blueprint call, one of the benefits that we've discovered is because we don't run your business, we can often see the trees, forest from the trees. And so we can always come up with ideas or insights that could be very useful, tangible for you. Given the number of clients and companies we have, a lot of our experience is, oftentimes really valuable. My name is Timur Zaman. Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to chatting with you and looking forward to hearing you from you shortly.